Alrighty, I'm going to keep this video segment short because you're going to need to see a bigger, better looking picture of this chart. But I'm going to talk you through this, and then your sub can go to the next page and you can read this chart and you'll know where to go. Okay? For the first week, I don't have a permanent seating chart just yet. This is our practice template. I hope that you know what your student number is. If not, there should be a list given to your sub to help you remind you what it is. But if you look at this chart, we have these sections that are labeled with riser 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And if you look around the room, there are big numbers above the risers. There, if I'm still standing correctly, there's risers 1, 2, and 3 over there. 6, 7, and 8 over there, and in the middle of the room is 4 and 5, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? There are colored sit spots on it, red, orange, and yellow up top, green, teal, and blue on the bottom. This is where you place your bottom and sit down with your feet in front of you, okay? Let's pretend that I was assigned spot number 1 on riser 1. Let's see. I'm going to pretend that I'm student number 1. So I see that there's a 1 right there, and it's in that red block. So that tells me I need to go to riser 1 and sit down on the red dot. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to use safe walking feet. Walk up to that red dot, sit my bottom down on it, and my feet go on this middle step right here. Easy peasy. If I were number 2, I'd sit on this yellow dot right here and sit the same way. I usually don't put anybody on the middle dot because you could fall into the windowsill, okay? Let's pretend that I'm student 3 instead. So I've been assigned this teal dot. Same idea. I sit my bottom down on the dot and my feet go forward, okay? Wherever you're sitting, be aware of where your feet are and keep them in front of you so you don't kick or poke somebody in the back. You will notice very quickly that the risers are hollow like a big drum. Please don't sit there and bang and scrape and stomp on it. If we're doing something that needs the sound of thunder and lightning, that would be perfect for it. But during class, when you're being given instructions, please don't make a bunch of noise on these risers. If it seems that you just can't control yourself on the riser, we could put you in a chair around the room or a rug, but I really want my biggest, oldest kids to sit on the risers because that's what we do for music class. Now, sometimes we'll also stand. If you're on the bottom step, your feet just stay where they are and you stand up there. If you're on the top steps, you'll see that there are X's right there. You don't stand on your color spot because you'll get it dirty, okay? You just stand where your feet are and please leave the ceiling tiles alone. I know that when you're up high, they're just within reach, but you don't want fiberglass insulation falling down on you. Please don't touch the ceiling tiles and let's be safe. We'll now have the sub go to the next screen and you should see a bigger, better picture of the chart. You will just simply walk and sit down on the dot that applies to your student number. If you can't remember what your student number is, there should be a list given to the sub that will tell you what your number is, okay? See you in just a minute. All right, now that you're on your risers, let's practice safely taking a quick stretch break. Can you just stand up where your feet are? Do not stand on the color dots, okay? Stand up and stretch. Wave to somebody and tell them hello. Wave to somebody else and say, how you doing? Give somebody else a thumbs up and tell them that you're glad to see them again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, have a seat. All righty, let's continue with the tour of the room.